Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Counter-Strike Global Offensive running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now the game is currently running at 1080p with pretty much all of the graphics settings either set to the lowest possible or set to off. And overall it's pretty much just what I would consider to be competitive settings, at least based off of what Google tells me. And overall the performance that we're getting here at the 15 watt TDP is decent enough if you just look at the averages, but the 1% lows are kind of brutal. We are dropping down into the mid-20s, and that is a consistent experience because if you look at the frame times, you will see the occasional spike that ends up happening. So there's this consistent stutter throughout the entirety of the experience that can kind of take away from the overall enjoyment. But honestly, the averages that we're getting are just so good that overall you're going to be able to play the game. It's just not going to be at the most ideal levels of experience here. Now, of course, if you are a long-time Counter-Strike player, then you might just actually not even be playing at this level of resolution. You might even be playing at a lower resolution than this, in which case the game will work perfectly fine for you. But if you're playing at the native 1080p resolution, this is the level of performance you're going to get at 15 watts, and it's going to be kind of inconsistent here and there. It's not going to be the worst thing in the world, but it's not going to be amazing. But really, we can try to boost the overall performance here by just raising the TDP from 15 watts to 25 watts. And I'll show you how that performs right now. So here you can see at the 25 watt TDP, we're not necessarily seeing a huge boost in the averages as much as it's the 1% lows that get the biggest improvement here, because now the consistent stutter that we were seeing before is essentially eliminated. We are still dropping down, but now we're just dropping down into the lower 50s. And that's a much better experience than dropping down to the mid-20s. And this overall is just going to be a much nicer experience. And it kind of really makes the difference between 15 watts and 25 watts kind of substantial, really. And it's unfortunate because for you guys out there who cannot raise the TDP on your system, the game is still playable, but it's just not going to be the most ideal experience. And if you can actually raise the TDP to 25 watts, you can get a pretty noticeable boost in performance. What I would suggest is if you're struggling to get the full 25 watts, don't be afraid to mess around and just set it to maybe 20 watts, maybe 19 watts, 18 watts, any level of performance that you can try to just squeeze out, because the thing is that 15 watts is essentially kind of the efficiency sweet spot, but the more that you increase from there, you can net a nice little boost in performance overall, because now you're allowing the GPU to stay at a higher clock more consistently. So if you can maybe not get the full 25 watts, but you can get 20, that's still going to be a noticeable boost there. And it's going to let the GPU kind of just stay more consistent. You're going to get overall better 1% lows. Not going to be as good as this, but any improvement is going to be welcome here. And of course, if you just can't raise it at all and you're just at the 15 watts, it's still playable. It's just not going to be the most ideal situation, but you're going to have to make do with what you can get here. I'm happy overall with the performance that I got on this system, though. I wish the 15 watt TDP was just a little bit better, but you can get away with playing like this. But anyways, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to subscribe. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, guys, so I really appreciate it. If you are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. It is a huge milestone to get to, so any bit of help is just welcome and appreciated. I will see you guys next time.